On paper, the story has all the makings of a heist. A massive collection of high-end Star Wars Legos, held on consignment, vanishes right in the middle of a hostile corporate takeover of a bricks and minifigs store. The dispute centers entirely around what happened on the night of November 14th in Salem, Oregon. The ousted franchise owners point fingers at the executives who locked them out, suggesting the inventory was seized. At the same time, corporate executives accuse the former owners of skimming products, abandoning ship, and hiding the sets. As the drama spilled onto the internet, the public became captivated by rumors of a $200,000 theft, complete with late-night U-Hauls secretly transporting missing inventory across state lines. Private investigators were hired. YouTubers published sprawling documentaries. A $1.3 million civil RICO lawsuit was even filed. Yet, amidst the escalating chaos, almost every party involved ignored the single most important piece of evidence: the store's own accounting ledgers. By focusing on dramatic accusations instead of basic retail accounting, both sides allowed a highly solvable financial dispute to escalate into a viral internet nightmare. To figure out what actually happened, we start with the original agreement. The Lego collection was placed in the store under a consignment deal. This meant the original owner maintained ownership of his premium inventory, trusting the retail shop to sell it for a cut of the profits. This graph tracks the true scale of the missing inventory. The widely reported $200,000 valuation was an inflated number created for a press release. Based on the store's master inventory spreadsheet, the actual baseline value for the collection was roughly $107,000. From that starting point, the math begins to whittle the mystery down. First, Brian was already paid $17,000 for early verified sales. Next, we have physical evidence. Analyzing over 200 photographs taken inside the store on the exact night of the corporate takeover identifies at least another $21,000 worth of Lego sitting right there on the shelves. Then there are the off-book transactions. Certain sets were sold directly to a YouTuber in a separate side deal, vaguely labeled storage on the store's lists. That accounts for an average of another $15,000. Checking the physical proof and known sales shrinks the missing amount by over 70%. Typically, layaway lets customers make small, incremental payments toward a product over time. But here, customers were placing tiny down payments to indefinitely reserve rare, expensive Star Wars sets, effectively hiding them from the open market so nobody else could buy them. The tracking system completely broke down. A single expensive set might bounce on and off layaway 4 different times, as buyers constantly changed their minds. Keeping an accurate master inventory became impossible. This network chart visualizes the resulting data mess. With sets rapidly ping-ponging between available and reserved statuses, this tangled web of layaway adjustments swallowed up roughly $20,000 of the supposedly missing inventory. There was also a secondary clerical failure. Another $10,000 in completed sales was successfully recorded in the point-of-sale system, but it was entirely forgotten and never updated on the store's master inventory spreadsheet. The missing Legos vanished into a vortex of terrible bookkeeping and non-standard retail practices. Looking at our chart one last time, we can run the final tally. Once you subtract the layaway confusion and the point-of-sale errors, the true unaccounted gap collapses down to a sliver of $10,000 to $20,000. A $20,000 discrepancy remains significant, but it moves the scale of the problem into a range that can be explained by months of sloppy spreadsheet management and disorganized tracking. The real focus belongs on Brian, the original collector. Even with the mystery mostly solved, he is still owed between $50,000 and $83,000 for items that we know were successfully sold, but for which he was never paid. The core issue is a retail business failing to pay its supplier for verified sales. Faced with this mundane accounting reality, the corporate executives had a choice. They could have audited their own point-of-sale data, found the discrepancies, and made the customer whole. Instead, they chose aggressive litigation. The company escalated the situation to a staggering degree, filing a $1.3 million civil RICO lawsuit targeting the collector and the internet sleuths investigating the case. A standard franchise failure was weaponized by corporate paranoia. Their absolute refusal to verify their own internal returns turned a manageable clerical dispute into a massive public relations disaster. There is a deep irony in watching a franchise built entirely around selling colorful, playful children's toys engage in a ruthless, scorched-earth legal campaign against the people supplying them. The greatest threat to a business can be a fragile ego, a broken spreadsheet, and an absolute refusal to admit a mistake.